let's introduce our first brand and learn a little bit about what it's all about. Okay, I am joined by two amazing educators for the brand. So first, I'm going to introduce you individually, and then we're going to gather together to dive into this brand. But first, I have Tim. Tim, you're a global and national educator for the company. I want to hear about your walk into this field, where you came from, but welcome to the call.
Thanks, Johnny. Well, first and foremost, I've got to say this is my first time being a part of something like this, and what you've created, Johnny, I think is really spectacular. So from the get-go, just wanted to say thank you from Neuma to you for letting us be a part of this and letting us speak to your followers and your fans. My journey started a long time ago, almost 20 years ago, when I, believe it or not, transitioned out of the accounting business into the hairdressing business. And I always wanted to be a hairdresser. And so I finally took the plunge, went through an apprenticeship, and not too long after I was in the salon and building experience and running a salon in Virginia Beach, I got involved with a brand that was called Kevin Murphy a very long time ago when they first started, and had a lot of great experiences, built a lot of experience personally and professionally for myself. And then not too long ago, I had the opportunity to engage with Neuma. And for me, it was a no-brainer. I've always been the type of hairdresser that looks for products that really do perform, but I don't have to sacrifice my health or the health of the planet in the process. So that's, in a nutshell, my journey so far. But
so far, we always have the next steps to go. And I haven't forgotten Gina. Hi, Gina, National Director for Neuma. Welcome to our community. How's it going? Tell us what started your journey into hair care and got you here into Neuma. I always love to hear everybody's story because we all started somewhere. And it's so amazing to see not only your path, but also be a part of it too. So welcome.
Thank you so much, Johnny. Yeah, it's great to be here today with everyone from Beautytap. And you know, that's a very interesting question. How I started getting involved with Neuma was actually as a stylist behind the chair. I was looking for a healthier option that performed, not a healthier option that fell flat, you know, and I really wanted to be able to have the best products for myself and my family, and then also for my clientele. So that's actually how I found Neuma, and I absolutely loved the smell of it at the first shampoo I smelled. So I stuck with it ever since. And now fast forward years later, as the director of education, I'm loving it even more. So, you know, really quite honestly, how I came to Neuma was because of the smell and what it stood for. So really, really interesting opportunity to share that with you at Beautytap today.
Hair care is so important to so many aspects, not only just, of course, of our hair, but we've been talking a lot about sensorial aspect, hitting the senses. We just had an amazing fragrance brand from Japan. We talk about skincare and how it affects, you know, our physical body, but hair care, being in that chair at a salon and being able to relax, being able to breathe in and smell the sweetness, the peppermint, the herbal, these ingredients we're going to get into, and just kind of restart you. It truly is a lot of people's hard restart in a crazy time. So many of us are getting back to work. So many of us are having a new life, right? After 2020, we kind of needed definitely a hard restart. So I'm so excited to bring you guys on, and welcome to the Beautytap expert community. So let's dive into thy brand. So I heard some keywords right now. We talked about clean. We talked about sustainable. We talked about system of how brand really affects us. So that's what I want to really dive into and learn a little bit about. So you two are going to have to lead me through who's speaking and when to go to the next slide, but let's learn a little bit. Not that way, guys, that way. There you go. I'm going the wrong way is what I'm doing. Let's learn a little bit about the ethos of this company. We are hearing more and more brands having one, brands talking about these, what makes a brand. So I want to hear a little bit. So who wants to kick this conversation off? We're going to get into your ethos, then what green truly means, and then on and on. So let's go.
Yeah, I'd love to start talking about the ethos, quite honestly. They're actually, Neuma and ethos actually happen to both be Greek words. It's actually, Neuma is a Greek word for breathe. And then ethos is also a Greek word. We kind of kept with that theme for this. And it's really our foundations. These three items here on this page are our true core foundations. And we feel at Neuma, if we are not performing without sacrificing our environment, if we're not making clearly clean choices, and if we're not making a difference in the world, then we're not going to move forward with either our product or our decision making or our team. So really, we have to have our Neuma ethos at the core of our mind and body and spirit at everything that we do at Neuma. So that really funnels into our products perfectly, because we pick performance first, and then we know that we are never going to be sacrificing our health, the health of our hair, or the health of our planet, which leads us into being clearly clean and making a difference in our world. So these really are the heart of Neuma. This is kind of what our philosophies were founded on almost 11 years ago when Jeff Farrell, our founder, created Neuma. He knew that there was a void in the industry, and he wanted to fill that void so that we could really bring something wonderful. And really, in my opinion, Neuma is actually the one that is leading in the clean beauty industry today as far as hair care is concerned, because we've really been passionate about these three things: our performance without sacrifice, making clearly clean decisions, and making a difference for our planet since the very beginning.
So with that, whoa, sorry, just jumping ahead here. Let's not do that. Let's go back. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so with that, while I fix my computer problem here, what does clean truly mean to the brand? Because we hear that word used a lot, and we've talked a lot about it in our community also. So what does that mean to Neuma, especially in hair care also?
Yeah, just to summarize, I think a very quick way to summarize what clean means for us is that we are fully committed to formulating without things like synthetic fragrance. We're fully committed to leaving out 15 different classifications of chemicals that are known carcinogens, neurotoxins, skin sensitizers. And at the same time, we're committed to removing ingredients from our product. We're also committed to making it a better product for not just our hair, but for our world as well. So what we say at Neuma is that we're green on the outside and we're clean on the inside. Because really, when you look at our brand ethos, the core ethos that we just looked at, it really takes it 360 degrees. And we're really looking at our environment, our health and wellness, our sustainability, and our hair care all as one.
There's so many aspects to clean, and it does mean something different to everyone. And here you mentioned those top toxins, because I think it's so important to know that clean doesn't mean per se synthetic or natural or this or that. And of course, everybody's definition is different, but there are top synthetics and even some natural that we want to get away from. But in the end, it's kind of a whole encompassment of many things. And for those, our experts on this call, it's you educating yourself, you go connecting with the brand that really helps you understand what clean means to them and what's important to you to sustain that too. I also love some of these core things. Fragrance is so important in conversation. And you mentioned that it smells beautiful. I mentioned that it smells beautiful, but you use the ingredients. Get to the ingredients that do something. Oh, but they can smell good too. Very, very important. And then when we talk about things like organic or GMO free, it's important when we're talking about those more natural ingredients, especially the more delicate they are, the easier for that to affect us. So important to talk about, and you have the test behind it and you dive into it too. Before we get into the products, was there anything else I missed there? Anything else you want to add in there about just what clean means to Neuma?
I want to add something, Johnny. So, I think most of us probably have heard the term prosumer. And we live in a world today where, our clients across the world, they are much more educated about ingredients, where the ingredients come from, how they're harvested. That's why Neuma is such a perfect fit in the beauty market, because the ethos that Gina was talking about, those are our pillars. So we don't make any decision as a brand unless they fit into those three pillars. But again, going back to the consumer, they're so educated today on what's good for their body, what's good for the planet. And Gina talked about it a little bit, that we feel it's necessary to be completely transparent in everything that we're doing and leave no question at the end of the day.
And that's it. Education and no question, answering it and being transparent. I see many brands who utilize that term clean, and then you go on their website and it doesn't speak at all what that means to them. They just use the word, same as organic, same as natural. So being transparent and putting that information out there not only educates us, the expert, but also our consumers and those who are just that beauty junkie who wants to get the best stuff they can. Okay. So let's dive into these products. So we have two featured products today. So I'm going to hand over the mic over here to our first one, which is the Renew shampoo. For me, this is perfect because it deep cleans my scalp. I do have to use rather intense hair product because I got frizzy, crazy hair that needs to be tamed. So I have a lot of buildup, and I love this, but it doesn't dry me out. I also love the luster, and for me, the scent, it is just that a little bit of a sweet mintiness, very clean. And I have extremely dry, sensitive scalp, and I do deal with psoriasis. So it is very beneficial to me, especially I love it with a paired up deep conditioning leave-in product too. But let's dive into a little bit about the Renew shampoo. Take it away. Tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, Johnny, that was actually a great, little testimony there that you've had the opportunity probably now to try it for just a little bit. And that is exactly right. We really see a lot of benefit for anybody who has a scalp sensitivity. They have dryness, flakiness, maybe an oil to dry imbalance as well. They may be a swimmer and they have a lot of water buildup, whether from the pool or from well water, mineral deposits, air pollution. There's so many reasons why we might really really want to give our hair a deep cleanse. And the thing that I love about Renew shampoo the most is that you're able to get back to that super clean slate, but it doesn't dry out your hair, just as you had mentioned too. So it really does have that wonderful aromatherapy that you mentioned of the peppermint and vanilla. I always like to say it's kind of like a peppermint patty or mint chocolate chip. And along with that, I think it's also important to recognize that this is true aromatherapy when you're utilizing any Neuma product across the board. We don't compromise, one ethos ever, just as Tim mentioned earlier too. So that means when we say it's going to be aromatherapy blends, that's for all of our products. When we say they're going to be gluten-free, that's for all of the products. You don't have to pick and choose at Neuma, which I think is a wonderful opportunity. So with Renew shampoo specifically, I feel like every single hair type can benefit from this because we're really looking at your scalp health. As you guys know, as being beauty experts here at Beautytap, you know that your skin is the largest organ in our body, and Renew shampoo is really great at providing you with a healthy scalp for healthy hair growth. So you could use it once a week just as a little refresh, or you could use it every single time you shampoo, because especially color treated hair loves Renew shampoo because it does remove that product buildup, mineral buildup, anything coating your hair so that your true color can really shine through. So there are a lot of benefits to using it. And of course, we bring in the lavender flower, which is really going to help promote that healthy conditioning even while you're getting the cleansing effect. And of course, the sunflower seed oil is always going to be our best UV protector so that you're getting that UV protection, the color protection. Yes, I see Tracy's loving that. So we're really happy that you guys are already loving Renew shampoo. And that's just a little bit about how you can start using it. And I will lastly mention that even though it is very gentle on your hair and it is a sulfate-free shampoo, you're still able to get a wonderful rich lather with it. So you only actually need to use the mandala size that's on the front of our bottles. So you guys can actually utilize that mandala amount, and you'll see that it's ultra concentrated and you'll get a really beautiful deep cleanse with Renew.
So my ears heard this Renew shampoo is great for the scalp. Health-wise, I hear that it's sulfate-free. I hear that it is just a beautiful deep clean with balance. And later on, I'm going to show you guys the product shot cam so you can see what we were talking about with that mandala size on the bottle, how much to use of the product. I'll show you a close-up since it's not right in your hands. But feel free, guys, as we go through these products, start asking thy questions, start putting them in the chat function so we can answer them. But I had some questions I'm going to throw at you because our next product is a different category. Is this safe for color treated hair and hair extensions? Two different things, but I think good to hit at the same time.
Yes, definitely. That's a great point to bring up. I do feel like color treated hair for sure can benefit with this shampoo. Again, remember, Renew is fantastic at removing anything that might coat the hair. And if you have a coating on your hair, your color really cannot shine through. So we really find that platinum blondes love this. Unicorn, mermaid, fashion, fantasy colors really love it so that they can really see that rich vibrancy. Because remember, we always have that backup defense of the sunflower seed oil in here to protect you against any type of UV damage. So we actually find that because this is such a great removal of product buildup, different types of buildup, people actually gravitate towards Renew shampoo when they have color treated hair to keep the color that they have more vibrant for a longer amount of time. And then as far as extensions would go, my personal belief behind the chair, I have seen that, yes, this is acceptable for the extensions that I do in my salon. However, I always recommend that you refer to your manufacturer's instruction, your most certified extension brand representative to get the full and best instructions for what type of extensions each person has in their salon or in their hair.
So one of my next questions is, we hit on extensions. Is that true also for, I'd say we have over 40% of our community as hair experts. So they deal with many more things than I deal with, right? I'm the skin guy. I've been in the industry doing skin and makeup forever. Hair, can you tell? Not my thing. wigs. Can this be used for wigs? Same as extensions? Is it the same thing? Read the manufacturer's details. Any thoughts there?
I've got this one, Gina.
That's great. Oh, I apologize. Go
No,
ahead.
no. I just want to, because you pose a very good question, Johnny. We have to think about this, and Renew shampoo. The skin and the hair are so similar. Think of this like your exfoliating wash, and it's good to exfoliate your skin and your hair on a weekly basis. When you're speaking about the hair specifically, whether it's extensions, whether it's wig, natural human hair, absolutely, this is going to perform exactly the same way. To Gina's point with extensions, we want you to follow the manufacturer's recommendations with wigs or extensions, just to make sure. But this is absolutely perfect to bring out the brightness and the movability and the life in the hair, whether it's extensions, hair growing out of your head, or a wig.
Beautiful. I know there's many more questions in the chat, but we'll get there. Let's go on to the next question. And I want to answer a lot of these overall brand questions all together in a second. But next we have the Moisture Instant Fix. And I've been using this right after the shower. Again, my hair is dry. I traditionally like a richer, more oil-based shampoo, and it does great. Not great for styling for my hair type, but for my scalp, it does great. And I love this because it's so hydrating. It adds so much luster, but it's not greasy. It's not like a hair oil. And the scent is, again, beautiful. It's a little bit more on that summertime breeze at the beach, where the original one is more relaxing warm milk before bed, I guess is a good way to describe those. So tell me, what is the Instant Fix? Who is it for? How do we use it? And what are the benefits we can expect with it too?
Yeah, so there's so many benefits, really. I feel like this is my one-stop shop. I keep it near and dear to my heart. As a stylist in the salon, I have sent this home almost like a prescriptive product when hair really needs to be brought back to life. So you could maybe do another blonding service, or really when you need that revival of hair, that repair in the hair. I really feel like New Moisture Instant Fix is the way to go anytime you want to see your hair really come back to life. You want to bring back that elasticity, you want to bring back that shine factor, you want to detangle, you want to be very gentle on your hair, and so that way you can get back to your most healthy. And really it's the cottonseed oil in here that I feel like I call that the star ingredient of New Moisture Instant Fix, because the cottonseed oil is really great for strengthening the hair from the inside out. So you're able to get the smoother texture, you're able to get the shinier finish that you wanted to see. So remember, with New Moisture Instant Fix, you can use this wet, just like you would as a detangler. You could do it as a leave-on condition. So I'll actually show you guys that this is a cream spray. So it's a light cream spray. This is a brand new bottle. So you guys can see I just have to prime it. And as you guys will notice, let's see. As you guys will notice, that this is actually going to be a really great light cream spray. So do you see how light that is on my hand? I know you guys can see the shine from it, but this is just how impactful this is, because I love showing the New Moisture Instant Fix because you could see that light shine, but for a cream spray, it's going to really be impactful on the hair. So what I think is the most unique about New Moisture Instant Fix is that it has the ability to really revive the hair in a lightweight way. So you can utilize this as a detangler on wet. You can utilize this dry before you heat style because it has really great UV protection, and it's really going to help seal your cuticle and encourage healthy hair growth with that, extra packed vitamins, moisturizer, and proteins in the hair.
For me, Gina, it's I would add to that. Johnny, you said I have curly hair as well, and it's a little difficult to manage, but I was so happy to find this product because in my entire career, I've never experienced a product that's like a spray repairing lotion. The consistency that Gina was talking about is so exquisite. And it just disappears in your hair. There's no weight to it and there's no buildup, which is why I love it.
So I'm going to jump into these share screen because I just want to show this a little bit more, but let's dive a little bit more into it. Also, I want to remind everybody that we're not all hairstylists. So for me, and this is just being in the field, I know how, we know styling. I know wigs. But what's this UV protectant? Tell me a little bit about that. And I want to show this product a little bit closer. But what does UV protectant actually mean?
Yeah, so the UV is the ray from the sun. There's UVA, UVB, and from skincare, you probably know about the UVA being for aging and the UVB being the burning. So really, people think about UVA or UVB protection like you would sunblock for your skin, but really, our hair has multiple layers to it, and the outermost layer is actually like clear scales that overlap. And when the hair is exposed to changes in heat, changes in acidity, changes in the way your bond is formed, those scales will actually open up, and that's what we call our cuticle. So when the cuticle is open, you see less shine, you have the ability to have more breakage, your hair becomes more porous, and it really just becomes an unhealthy, way to, you have more difficulty managing it as well. So when we talk about UV protection, it's really helping to keep those cuticle layers intact longer, from protecting it from the sun, right? So we're actually providing a little bit of sunblock or sunscreen, depending on what your vocabulary is, for our hair, just like we would our skin at the beach.
Got it. So quickly, I wanted to show this texture just a little closer up. So this was the Moisture Fix. Beautiful texture. Earlier, we mentioned the mandala, right? This is about the size, I would say about what? A little less than a quarter size is what you suggest for things like the shampoo?
Yep. Yeah, you could say almost like a nickel or in between that and a quarter. But yeah, the shampoo, the condition, other products that are more of a cream consistency, it's harder with this spray to really utilize a mandala. But honestly, just like Tim had mentioned too, and you can see it there on Johnny's hand, even though it is a cream spray, it is very light, and it just does really dissipate nicely. It feels so silky smooth on the hands. So I personally, on this long hair that you guys can see that I have, when I utilize New Moisture Instant Fix, I do about 3 sprays on each side of my head, just as a little point of reference.
And back to UV protection, Johnny, just one other thing, because getting your hair colored is a part of everyday life now. And one of the fastest ways to fade your hair color is to not protect it from the UV rays. So that's another reason it's important in terms of hair care.
So next I want to, hey guys, let's come back on cam there. There you go. Okay, so next I want to open up the chat. So if you have a question, if you want to know more about a product, an ingredient, and technology, throw it in the chat function now, or raise your hand, which is a function in Zoom. It's a little hand at the bottom of your mobile device, or you have to click on menu to raise your hand. So one question, we answered the UV question. So that was really important. I wanted to hit on there. But is there specific hair types that you would suggest these products for more? Or are there any hair types that you think should avoid these products for our experts to know about?
I see a lot of curls, as Tim mentioned. Both of our products, the Renew Shampoo and the New Moisture Instant Fix, a lot of curly hair clients love both of these because, as you guys probably know, if you're a curly hair client, curly hair can be weak. So both of these provide a little bit of that light strength, and they really give your hair that nice bounce that you're looking for. Neither one of them weighs the hair down. For the Renew Shampoo specifically, I say everyone should have it in their shower, because oftentimes we're too lax about providing scalp health, right? A scalp is part of your skin. So I really feel like Renew Shampoo truthfully is for everyone, every time, all hair types across the board. I know that might sound like I'm getting out of the answering the question, but that is my truthful and honest opinion. Oily hair, dry hair, combination hair, just like your skin, fine hair, dense hair, coily hair, curly hair, straight hair, everybody truthfully can benefit from Renew Shampoo. And then as far as the New Moisture Instant Fix, people who love this are people who like to heat style their hair, because again, we do have that revitalizing effect with the with the New Moisture Instant Fix. It makes a great heat protector. Anyone who likes to heat style will love this. Anybody who likes to refresh their curls will love this. And anybody who needs help detangling their hair will really love this as well.
Beautiful. So I have, you mentioned her earlier, Tracy, one of our amazing experts and editorial writers. Tracy, feel free to unmute yourself and ask your question to the experts.
Hi, Gina. Hi, Tim. Thank you so much for your time this morning and for answering the UV question, because that's like forever on my mind. I think I saw an ingredient that I don't recognize. I'm an ingredient nerd. In the shampoo, I think I saw roselle, or maybe it's a roselle flower. Can you tell me what that is? It caught me and I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, and you know what? That's actually a great point, Tracy. I'm really glad that you asked the question about the roselle. So thank you for your ingredient question. I do just want to make sure that everybody on the call has the understanding that Neuma is fully transparent when it comes to our ingredient deck. So if you guys can see on the back of the bottle, we actually list every single ingredient that is in the product. So if it's not on the bottle, it's not in the product. We even go as far on our smaller packaging to really, utilize your magnifying glass for that. And also we have our full ingredients list on our website. There you go. She's got hers. On our website, neumabeauty.com. You're more than welcome to take a look at further information. But really, roselle is part of what I call our good for you ingredients combination, right? That's not something, that's just what I personally call it. But roselle is really going to be, it's a plant-based ingredient. It is, natural. I know that kind of comes in quotations, but it is a plant-based ingredient, and it is going to help to really provide strength into your hair with that soft shine. At Neuma, we're always really about imparting that health back into your hair. So I would definitely say anytime you want to look up in our ingredients, we do have it all available for you. And always you have access to Tim and I too.
And Tracy, I can tell you, I'm with you. I'm the total sort of, I don't care if people call me a nerd. I'm an ingredient nerd. Roselle is actually, it's from the hibiscus family, and you usually find it like in most parts of Africa and some parts of Southeast Asia. Everything that Gina said is absolutely what it does, but if you wanted to go deeper, it's part of that hibiscus flower family.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tracy. Next question I have in the chat from, lost it already. I think it was from Stacy. For those who wash their hair 3 to 4 times a week, is this totally fine? Does it affect the protein of the hair or any treatments? Is there a specific number of times we can or cannot use the shampoo we're talking about today?
Well, thanks for the question. That's a really good one. I'm sure that other people are concerned with how often you can utilize Renew shampoo. I personally have a client, Maggie, who is a swimmer, and she swims every day. She absolutely loves it. So this is her regular shampoo. She really feels the need to get out any chlorine that might build up in her hair from the pool. So she actually uses this daily and sees a lot of benefit from it. For me personally, I use it once a week in the shower. And I do not have any clients that see like drying out or any negative side effects from using it too often. It can be used as often as you would like. So rest assured, you won't see any drying out or things like that with Renew shampoo. Again, it's really great for that balancing act of giving you a deep cleanse without stripping. So my other, point, if you're shampooing 3 to 4 times a week, that's, about every other day. And with Renew shampoo, I would love, you're more than welcome to let us know if you feel like you can even get an extra day with Renew shampoo, because that's what I find. I'm able to actually go an extra day because Renew does get me back to such a clean, beautiful base that I will actually be able to get away with an extra day before shampooing.
Beautiful, beautiful. Next, I have Tiffany. So Tiffany, we have time for a single question. What do you want to ask these hair pros about these featured products or Neuma in general? Hi, Tiffany. You have to unmute yourself. And we got you. Let's see.
Sorry.
There you go.
So you're on mute. I don't interrupt. First up, I want to shout out you, Jenny. You're phenomenal. Keep up the great work. And then to these new fabulous educators that are informing us about Neuma, this is very, very informative. So I first would like to know, how does it work on African Americans' hair? Because mostly I use Mizani, some Tresor, but our hair is very coarse. So how does it work on African Americans' hair?
So I'm sorry, it just took me a second to come off mute. Hello, Tiffany. Thank you for your question. We have found really great success. We have a really big following in Atlanta, and a lot of people really love, yes, she knows Atlanta. I love your face. So beautiful. And yeah, so we have actually found really great results on coarse hair, regardless of the level of hair. Coarse hair really loves this. Also, curly hair really loves it too, because you're able to, like we said, remove that buildup, and really it becomes a more weightless effect. So I have found that this is, yeah, I think you're really going to like it when you start using it. I always say water, water, water first, like really make sure that your hair is saturated, which I'm sure you do. Water first, really saturated. And for me personally, if you're someone, who likes to go a little bit longer between shampoos, then definitely 2 or 3 shampoos, go to town with it. I do think you will see a lot of benefit, because especially with a denser or, a higher density on the hair, sometimes it's hard to remove scalp debris, scalp flakage, buildup of sebum. So this is actually really, I always refer to this as like a search and destroyer, right? It goes in, it really invigorates the scalp, and it helps to remove that excess buildup of sebum, the dry, flaky scalp, any type of scalp sensitivities too. So it's really helped to do that extra strength that we need from a shampoo without being abrasive. So I think you will love it.
And Tiffany, if I could add, great question. And when Gina said before, recommended usage size is start with the mandala. Of course, in our professional opinion and your experience, depending on the density level with highly textured hair, start with the mandala size. And if you need to use more, totally okay.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, Tiffany. And
Thanks, Johnny.
I think our running out of time, but our last question, and I'm going to throw a little in there. I think this was from Layla in the chat, looking for products for those with eczema. I told you, I love it. It's great for my scalp. It's not stripping. With a lot of deep cleansing shampoos, I do find they're stripping for my type of scalp. Now, I mentioned earlier, and this is true to those with ethnic hair too. Sometimes we want that thicker, richer oil-based product in a shampoo, or double cleanse maybe with an oil and then a foam. This doesn't have that oil base as much as some of the things we're used to, but I'm fine with it. I do follow it up with a conditioner or a leave-in, but it's not drying just by itself. And that's what I love about it. So to finish up our Q&A, education team from Neuma, how about it for those who deal with the extreme issues of dry scalp to psoriasis and eczema? Any quick tips or any products to hit on?
Yeah, I'll jump in there, Johnny, and Gina, feel free to add on as well. Absolutely perfect for those conditions. However, I will say a caveat to that is, if this is if you are experiencing an actual medical condition, we do want you to seek counsel with your doctor first, just to make sure there's not something deeper going on. But nothing about the Neuma products would have any sort of adverse effect with psoriasis, eczema. It actually would have a much more calming effect. Gina, anything you want to add to that?
Yes, I do. My children have eczema. And so I have used pretty much nothing on them has worked the way Neuma has, quite honestly. And I feel like it's a really great pairing with the New Moisture Instant Fix right on your scalp, especially if you're seeing the eczema on your scalp, maybe around your hairline. Feel free and confident that you can utilize the New Moisture Instant Fix right on your scalp. It's extremely hydrating, extremely nourishing for both your hair and the scalp. So I really feel like the Renew shampoo to really help remove, like we said, that excess sebum, any scalp debris, and then go in right on top of your scalp after you've fully rinsed Renew shampoo. You can follow it up with, we do have Renew condition as well as also an intensive mask, which you might find wonderful as well. But really the New Moisture Instant Fix on your scalp can be a wonderful hydrating yet kind of clogging, non-comedogenic product to use with the eczema.
I think we hit it. I know there were a few questions we didn't get a hit on. If you email education@beautytap.com, I will be happy to get them to Neuma so we can answer them for you. So before we say adieu and go to a little quick intermission, is there any final words you have for our expert community out there? Neuma and everybody out there, Tim and Gina, anything you want to say before we finish this first section?
It's super quick, Johnny. Gina and I, literally with the team, we just finished shooting our new campaign, our beauty campaign for next year. And we're excited because you're going to see so much more diversity in hair type, hair texture, model size, skin color, all of that. We want to send the message that Neuma is for everyone. And Gina and I just spent a week in California shooting that campaign.
Yeah, I think you guys are really going to like it. And I do want you to definitely dive into these products. Neuma is really working hard for the past 10.5 years to really make sure that we can bring you a high performing product without having to sacrifice your health, your hair, or the health of the planet. As you guys have probably gotten that message from today, we are really passionate about it and we hope you will be too. So thank you so much for having us at Beautytap.
Thank you.